Welcome back. This is the fourth lesson. Now you're probably wondering, what are we going to do in the fourth lesson? I thought we finished the game already, but I guess when we're playing this game, you notice that something feels like it's missing. You don't really feel like there's a goal. You don't feel like there's a purpose to it. You're kind of just a dragon shooting fish at penguins, and it's not really clear what you're trying to do here. So what I think we should do is we should make it a point game. So basically, we should put in a score, we should put in a timer, say each game is 30 seconds, and every time you hit a penguin with a fish, you get 1 point. And the goal of the game is to get as many points as you can until the 30 seconds run out. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make those variables. So the first one is, say, score, and then we're going to do the second one, make a variable, and we're going to write timer. Cool. So we got our score and our timer pop up here, as you can see, and they pop up here too, score and timer. So we're going to start with the score first, and with the score, you want every single beginning of the game to start, the score to start at 0. So first we're going to put set score to 0 at the beginning of the game. And when does a score increase? Well, every time a fish hits one of the penguins that are going across the game. So let's recap what this is saying. Every time a penguin starts on this side of the map, repeat until touching edge. So until the penguin is touching an edge, move the penguin from the right side to the left side, and if it touches a fish, then delete the clone. Well, we also want we also want the score to increase by 1 when you shoot a penguin with a fish. So we're going to change the score by 1 here as well. So notice when we're playing the game, now the score is increasing. Cool. All right. Great. And then when we press green flag again, the score is going to reset. Awesome. So the score is finished. Now we're going to move on to the timer. So with the timer, we're going to move to our trusty when green flag clicked. We're going to add a forever. And inside this forever, we are going to, first of all, we're going to make sure that we set, just like the score, we're going to set the timer to 30 because we're going to start with 30 seconds and then we're going to decrease until we hit 0, and then the game's going to end because we only have 30 seconds in the game, each game. Inside forever, we are going to change the timer by 1 second, and we're also going to, as it goes here, wait 1 second. So every second we're going to decrease the timer by 1. So that gives us basically 30 seconds of the game. So I'm just going to show you something real quick. Let's move this down to 5 seconds so that I can show you what are the problems that we're going to face. We're playing the game. You can notice the timer is at 2, 1, 0, and it continues. It doesn't stop at 0. So we got to make sure that the timer stops at 0. And how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to do that with an if statement inside the forever. If I'm going to pull this equals sign operator in there. Pull timer in here, and we're going to make this say 0. So let's recap what we're saying here. When the green flag is clicked, make the timer 5 seconds for now, and for the entire game, change the timer by -1 every second, and once the timer hits 0, then we're going to stop the game. And the way we're going to stop the game, all we're going to do is pull in this. So if we play the game now, got 5 seconds. If I get one of these penguins, and then the game just stops. Cool. So I think I'm gonna just set this back to 30. And then now you got a long 30-second game where you're trying to get as many points by shooting the penguins with the fish. Awesome. Cool. Thanks for taking the listen.